Hi. Just wanted to jump on here and show you guys what I was seeing. I've been taking snapshots of the cathedral fire, and I noticed that everybody was talking about how this gold cross. Hey Robbie, hey guys, hey Saved or Slaved, Art Souls. How this cross was still intact. And how, all this smoke and stuff was hanging out. Well, you guys, look at the smoke, okay? This is what was inside. And when I put some contrast on it, I see the same thing that I see in the clouds. Okay? So I wanted to share that immediately. I don't know how far it'll get, but this is amazing. Hi, Michelle. So this is the picture. And that, is that Sophia in like her costume? I don't know. I already hear all the narratives out there saying that this is the Antichrist and that I haven't even bothered to watch some of the main ones that have recently come out because I'm busy. But yeah, I just thought, yeah, this is like, oh, it's 12:22. Look at that. Michelle, I got a really cool number about message about numbers just now, about 22, and I'll have to share that with you. So yeah, my thoughts on that, I'm gonna reserve them for right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish. I don't like what many of the mainstream truthers have to say, I can tell you right now. They're using very strange angles and technicalities, and I don't really, I don't agree at all. And I do think that anyway, hi, hey. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but we'll see what everybody says and thinks, because everybody will know that this is God. There won't be any doubt that this is God. And I think that that's the conversation that we should be having, is how the gods, the ancient ones, have returned. That's the conversation that nobody wants to really fully have. Some people, I think it's because nobody wants to have their heart broken. We want to be heroes. There's so many different reasons. But, clearly I've been trying to show, yeah, it is. I've been trying to show that this is taking place, that there's entities outside of us, and yeah, Jesus's crown of thorns. Well, you see, from what I'm seeing, and I don't have any way to confirm this other than my heart, and that is that Queen Inanna, Queen Tiamat, this entity that I'm showing you guys, that I believe is, well, that I know is the main Messiah, the main Messiah, the Holy Spirit, Queen Inanna. She is the head Messiah. Sirius, the spiritual son. She said she was going to do all of this, and like, she's given so many opportunities. But I would imagine that she's not real happy with the way that this whole entire thing was run and everything it stood for. And I think that Da Vinci was possibly a Christ figure. So it's not that the appreciation for the art and the beauty and all of that was not there. It's just, I can't put it into words. I think we all can really understand. Yeah, Queen Inanna Lilith. So there's more there. I mean, I don't understand what's quite going on. I just really felt the need to share this right away. But I see much more there. I don't know if some of this is like the artwork that's fallen, but there's other stuff here. There's like ship parts and stuff. So I know I'm not just like seeing things here. I would have to see a picture of what the altar looked like before and do some comparisons. This is really preliminary. But I had no doubt once I zoomed in, and this is not a really good way to get it out, but I know if I share it on my feed, it's not going to show up and this, that, and the other. Yeah, if you guys look at the Last Supper, Jesus mirrored. Well, see, I don't believe that Jesus, the man, was crucified the way they say. And the Antichrist has taken that story and said that they've opened the book for you and that they've released you from the demiurge God by telling you this. But what they've done is they've twisted it and not told you the full truth, which is that the actual God that was crucified was Queen Inanna. And she came back as Jesus, the man, Jemmanuel. And we are also back. Just like he was. Yes, that's all true. So, there's more to the story. I love you, Tony. We got to catch up. Thank you for coming in. And so, there's just more to the story. And, the more to the story is everything. The fact that, as somebody was asking me to explain, well, how is Lucifer the Holy Spirit? Well, that's some heavy stuff. But see, they're even having trouble using that against people right now. I see them trying, but I come into the room and they stop really quick because they know that the truth is the truth. And that all they can do is deceive. They're not, once we call them out on their deceptions and find the truth for ourselves, they have no more power over us, period. So, yeah, I know it's a lot, but it's okay. It's all right. It's just Satan's lies. Satan's lies made the truth very complicated to tell. And we just have to keep an open mind and heart. We know that nothing can really hurt us at this point. I mean, we've all made it through a lot. So I don't have fear of some evil entity. I have no fear of Satan whatsoever. So that has no power over me anymore. Those lies don't affect me anymore. But, so many different things. I put it together in so many different ways. But Sirius, the spiritual sun, is the black sun. That is the winged disc. That is the bull of heaven. That is the dragon. Yeah, Satan's lies never end. So, I mean, she is all of these things. She is Christos Sophia. She is Christ. I'm not saying that she's, that Christ didn't exist or anything like that. But see, that's what the Antichrist, I believe, is saying. Most of the time, I turn the lies off because I just can't handle it. It makes me literally feel sick. And, hi, Sophia. And so, yeah, I mean, spell check has given me a lot of my truths. A lot of my truths. And I'll tell you what was hidden when I was on this quest, when I was uncovering this truth. And I'm sorry that I'm not giving you the proper, share. I have put it in a video. I'm just giving you the keys. The truth is out there and very easy to find. Yeah, there's some really interesting stuff coming up, and I'm not sure when the proper time to talk about it is, but I've been let to speak about little bits of it. But yeah, it's all tying in together for sure, for sure. But when they had those telescopes looking for Lucifer and Sophia, those are both looking for the black sun. the black sun that would awaken us and take their power away. Nemesis, Queen Nemesis. Look up Queen Nemesis in mythology. You will be floored. Queen of Retribution. What do you see happening here? What does this look like to everybody? Those are the words that I didn't have, you know, if I said if this is her personally doing it herself. Queen of Retribution. To them, she is the destroyer. Absolutely. To them, she is the nemesis. Planet X is God. So I've been able to figure this out and piece it together, and I've tried to put it out there as I've figured it out. So I don't know, go back and please do listen to several. I've been guided to these truths. And so this is just amazing. Not saying I don't know. I mean, this is pretty amazing. I don't know. I'm just getting on here and sharing it while I can. You know, while we have it doesn't matter. Only a few are going to hear us. And we know that by now. Only a few. And I think it's important that the people that are seeking can find it. Where am I? What do you mean? Oh, somebody else in chat. Sorry, I can only see one thing at a time. Yeah, the Nag Hammadi. So the second book of Pistis Sophia will give a lot of insight into the things that I'm saying right now. A lot. And, you know, I find it funny that the people that introduced these things didn't speak about, like, the most important parts of these truths. That's where I have, like, a real question about what's what. Yes, yeah, the blue kachina, exactly. Yes, I believe it is. I do believe it might be. Oh, right. So crazy. What else can I show you? Do I have... So, I mean, but look at that. There we go. I'm sorry about the quality. I'm using 2 phones. This is what I can do. So I don't know what's what. There's obviously art in the background. But I also see that etheric stuff. And I see these lines of orbs that look like strings of pearls. And I see bright blue light. I put a little bit of contrast, just bring the saturation up. It's that same blue light that I'm getting. Now, this was last night when I went to the store, and it's getting, like, really interesting to even edit anymore. It's just all plasma and blue, and there's that rainbow orb serpent that follows me right there. Oh, sure. Yes. Thank you. Anytime. I appreciate it. And that right there is the little orb. You can see the orb around the little black thing. Yeah, critical thinkers familiar with these guardian angels that are different than we imagined. Now this is interesting. That's, it looks like a queen standing there with, like, I mean, these do look kind of like the Anunnaki art, the Egyptian art that you see. But everybody will know it's God. These are like the string of pearls that I was talking. It's like draped over an orb. Do you see that? It's like a rope draped over an orb. I mean, the things are so intricate. Now, this is the UFO. And what I'm not understanding is, like, things like Secure Team 10. I heard him say recently that he didn't believe in interdimensional, like, spirits and whatnot. And but these are interdimensional, so that pretty much throws a lot out of the window. And nobody that doesn't, like, people that aren't awake yet or that are just waking up are literally not able to see much of this. So this looks like something everybody can see. It's like there's objects that they can make themselves visible in, but then I've also seen that they can cloak themselves in a sphere. Any shape without a hole, but it spells it with a W, any shape without a hole can be cloaked in a sphere. Hang on a second, you guys. Hang on. Okay. Sorry, guys. Had an alarm going off in the other room. Super annoying. And, what was I saying? So the interdimensional stuff. So that, you know, that's a whole thing. Like, that's a whole thing. Yeah. And I just want to be clear. The fallen angels are here on earth. And fallen means human. So we're getting our heavenly light flesh back, and that's what's happening. So I'm going to do some more work on these and see what else I see what else is out there, see what I can find. But, you know, this is magnificent, obviously, right? Incredible. Hi, Josie. Hi, Winston. How to share right away. But yeah, you can see the orbs. You see the orbs on the side? Just insanely amazing. And this is something, I think I snapped this off of Evolutionary Energy Arts channel. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So there's an actual UFO sitting up there apparently for a little while, and that was on Logic Before Authority. I shared it in my community page. And but that's not the interdimensional stuff that we're seeing. So I think that they're cloaking themselves in Han purple in a sphere. That's the technology. There's some kind of awesome technology, and that's why we can't really see much. But I know that they're also etheric, because we're seeing that. We're seeing that with like the parts just popping through and some stuff just sinking into, you know, the Han purple color. And I figured it out. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Well, I didn't figure it out, but okay. So Lady Allie, she's going by Amit these days. Definitely a sister from beyond, had left a comment asking me, or mentioning that she's seen in Gematria often this comet Elsa, is it? Comet Elenin, Comet Elenin, and how, you know, that's popped back up, and they were like, oh, nothing to worry about, it's gone. It's the same as Comet Ison, which, guess what, you guys, is the same as Comet Haley, which is the same as Haley, Goddess Haley, the one I was talking about on my live earlier, Goddess Haley. And I've seen over and over, Comet Ison is the sign of my coming. That might be the ashen horse, and I keep seeing that it's an ashen horse and that it's Queen Inanna on the horse, not anybody else. So these are just the revelations that I'm getting. If I'm creating my own reality and all of that wonderful stuff, then I must really love the Divine Mother. But guess what? I do, and I always have. And now I'm understanding that she's also our Kundalini, and she's part, you know, she is the awakening. She's the spiritual sun, the photonic light that came in and awakened everybody. And she's the, you know, that's how we're God, because it's, yeah, I mean, my skies, there's going to be a lot of that up and down. I'm going through that too, but it feels like it's evening out so much. I do feel really good. I've been quite tired. I felt like the Schumann's resonance up and down the past several days really had me tired. So I think that those are just frequencies that are getting us prepared to be introduced to the living waters. So, you know, all the worlds can merge, all the best of all the worlds can merge. And I know personally that it passes. I've had really amazing days. I've had several weeks of really good days. But I can still I can tell that I'm going through a molecular process. It does help to know that it's a molecular process. And how amazing would it be to, you know, we could really, if we could get the word out more, like T. Taylor was just in here, just the stuff that she's showing and that so many of us are going through and are understanding so well now, the more we can get that out there, because there's a lot of people that are about to go through that and that are really going to believe that it's something scary and terrible. And it's not. But when you think that and you're not feeling good, it really plays into your consciousness, and it doesn't help. It doesn't, you know, stop the ascension process, but it really doesn't, it doesn't assist, I don't believe. But we have to purge. Yeah, we have to just keep purging the fear programming. Hi. You're from Mars. Oh, wow. I saw that Mars was being terraformed for the wicked so that they could go and be as wicked as they wanted on Mars. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. And, you know, it's interesting because that's what started my channel, was looking through my telescope over the summer and seeing colors all around Mars. And I knew that something was up. And then recently I just had that message that, and not every message that I read is, you know, from the Holy Mother or from the Elohim. There's plenty in there from Satan and the Antichrist and manipulation and hackers, and a lot of that is stopping because actually some of these people are being removed from this existence right now. And this is literally an example of it. A really good example of it. So I think that there's going to be more to come. I mean, that's incredible looking. Look at that. What? That's no contrast, you guys. This looks like that developing phenomenon that I talk about. How it just starts to really just become very interesting. Oh, Rhea, I can't wait to see. I'll check it out. I've loved your last several videos. They've been beautiful. You have a really amazing view there in Canada. Are you in Alberta, I think? Well, I think I'm going to go. I'll give you a last couple shots. But yeah, this was just in the parking lot at the grocery store the other day. It's like an underwater heaven. And yeah, look at that. See? Can you see that? I mean, it looks like just amazing designs, intricate designs, almost like a goddess standing there, but I don't really know. It's like almost a ship. Definitely see a lot of like serpent looking things, but they look really benevolent. Lots of spheres, of course. So here we are. Now, I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know what angle this is. I don't know if that's a face, eyes, a mask. I don't know. I just really wanted to share this with you guys because if you look closely, you see the details that you see in that sky, just like I just showed you on that other picture, right? Okay, love you guys. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, but look at that. It looks like it's like that, yeah, Anunnaki type stuff. So I have gotten information that, you know, the Christ figures were. It's all one and the same. You know who it looks like, you guys? You know who it is? It is her. It is her because it's, oh my God. Fifth element. The fifth element. The opera lady. The opera lady from Fifth Element. Yep. Yep. Right? You guys, right? Oh, man. It's getting good. Diva. Yeah. Yeah. See, with the cords on her and stuff? See? See? That's what I had to jump on here and show you guys. Look at that. That's her. Oh my God. I don't even know how many people are going to see this video, but how exciting is that? Hi, kitten. So that's what's going on in Paris. And it could just be a puff of smoke, but hey, do you see that? You see the chords? Yeah, it's diva. This is exactly what I see in the sky when I'm editing in the clouds. Exactly. These shapes. And they're all through the bottom of these pictures. So, okay, I'll see you guys. Crispy, who's ignored? You know I always love you. A thunderbird? Where do you see a thunderbird? I don't see a thunderbird. I see a possible alien god that doesn't look like the Antichrist to me. That looks like a beautiful, amazing alien goddess. So I just wanted to share these possibilities with you. And yeah. The head looks like a thunderbird. Oh, the phoenix, right? And there's something like above it, the little fog area up there. So I'll probably work on editing these a little better. Yes, you're right. The phoenix, the thunderbird, you're right. You're absolutely right. So that's just another insight. I don't know. It's inside of the cathedral. Inside after the fire was put out. I don't really even have the full story. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here. I zap you. I get zapped when I am in these chats in a good way. Super activating. Yeah. So that must be her, very possibly. But look into Goddess Nemesis. Did I say Queen Nemesis earlier? Look into Goddess Nemesis. Who triggered the fire? I don't know. I just saw a bunch of people go live. Everybody's talking about it, and there's a lot of blackouts. I'd imagine because of images like this. These images, because, I mean, I just happened to catch it. I saw it, and I said, that looks like the clouds before I edit them. I'm going to snap that and edit it. And sure enough, I can't believe what I can see here. I hope that you guys can see it. I will post it in my community page, and I will share it on a video, obviously. And I'll even email it to whoever wants it. But it's there, actually. I don't have to do anything. You guys can actually take this image. This was a still image on Evolutionary Energy Arts. Yeah, the interdimensional stuff is all down here. You can see it. I mean, it's all of that. All of this down here is like the interdimensional stuff that I'm starting to see show up in in the clouds. Yeah, exactly. It's the same interdimensional stuff. So I don't know what this bright white blue spot is right here, but it's almost like that's where she like busted down and came in. Yeah, I don't know. And as you can see, there's another good example, Mike, where you see the purple, that Han purple cloaking color, like a fog. And then you see the little orb strings. You can see them. I don't know what's going on. I mean, yeah, and I mean, this is there. So there's definitely like the tapestry painting on the wall. You know, I see a painting. I see a man right there. So this is interesting. Yeah, I encourage you to take, but do you see in front of that, the painting, do you see that interdimensional stuff right there? Spheres, see that? Yeah, it's really wild. Really wild. And you see it's that Han purple cloaking. $2 for the fire department to arrive, is that right? It's weird. There's a lot of strange stuff. I haven't had time. Well, usually I would spend any of my time doing research and whatnot, or editing. But I don't know. I've felt more compelled to, like, I don't know. I've been preparing like vegan meals and stuff from scratch, and I don't know, just, yeah, all that good stuff. So that's what my days are filled with, is doing family stuff and mom stuff again. But not in a 3D way, in a 5D way. This image I got from, see, there it is without the contrast. You can see all that stuff down there. So I don't know what's what. I'm going to do some more work on it. I got this image from Evolutionary Energy Art's last upload, where he was, you know, it was just sitting still on the video. So I'm not sure if he had paused it at this point, or if this is like an image that's coming out in the press. But it is one that you can go and get up close yourself by going to that video. But like, look there, look at the chords. This is it's that chick Diva. But see, I mean, like it says, the clues are all around us. I wish that I could point them out. And Michelle's opinions, Michelle tried to help me set up my computer to do so, and it just didn't work out. So I just have had to tell myself that everybody that wants to see them, you know, knows that they can edit their own pictures, and everyone that wants to see can see what I'm talking about. And, you know, yeah, I've actually been there. I was there when I was 20 years old. I went on a pilgrimage, and it was a pretty spiritual experience. It was with the Catholic Church. Funny enough, it was with EWTN. Like, I must be dreaming a dream, because my grandmother got me on this, like, it was like the Catholic Real World, EWTN. And then, so they recorded it. It was a 2-week trip, 30 young people, and they aired it and it was right when I was out of high school, and people that I went to school with saw it. It was like the channel right after MTV. So that was a whole interesting experience. But I was there. Oh, yeah, fast forward. My sister is a news anchor for EWTN. Really wild. So, anyway, when I was there, they had on display the Lady of Guadalupe cloak, which is fascinating. If you do research on that cloak, then deliberately done for this church, well, I think it could have been an act of retribution. And everything that the Catholic Church stood for, you know, they named it her name. The occult worship the Mother of God and then hide it from us so that we can't see her or know her like. Of course, we know her love anyway, but I'm pretty sure this was an act of retribution by the Mother of God. But you're not going to hear that on any channel, and it's going to drive me nuts. It's going to make me insane. I mean, I hope that's not the case. I'm pretty sure that a lot of us can see that. But I don't know if we're going to be hearing that reported in the truther community or anywhere. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. They want to keep you scared. They're still siphoning your energy, all those guys. That's what I believe, if you really want my thoughts. I'm holding out on giving personal thoughts because the moment that they start talking about the Holy Spirit and explaining one word about the Holy Spirit is the day that I'll back off. But I've never heard one of them mention. And I mean, it's a big deal. I'm finding out and I'm uncovering the occult is 100% hiding everything there is to know about the Divine Mother and Sophia. And the reason it bothers me is because you see, I mean, I've watched my channel not grow, and that could be for many reasons. Many people were conditioned to listen to men and like only take truth from men. And I think that's a big part of it. I won't go insane. Did I say I was gonna? But so like the credibility factor, you know, just the, oh yeah, she's crazy stuff. I mean, there's all that stuff. The Holy Spirit is Sophia. So the the book of Pistis Sophia is going to give you a lot of insight into everything, into yourself actually. When she speaks about, well, when Christ speaks about being the inception of Christ, I believe, or, you know, I'm so bad with this, this stuff, but I should get back into scripture for sure. I'm being told and asked to, and I will. There's just been so much going on. The hidden spirit, exactly, Michelle, thank you. And that is what I'm finding. She is. She's silence. Like, you see all this whole world above our heads, but she comes in silence. It's separate from our world. It's been separated from our world, and yeah, she's the hidden one. Like, she's hidden unless you even know to believe or know what to understand. If you don't know what to understand, it's going to be a long journey, like many of us are having, to get back there. And this is what the occult, yes, and wisdom, exactly. She is the Kundalini spirit, and I just got a message confirming that. Like I just explained earlier, that's the Kundalini, the awakening, the photonic light, the electric charge. It all works together. Yeah, there's no mistaking her coming to you. Thank you for saying that. I did a video, what, like 3 or 4 videos ago where I said the day I saw Sophia, and I'm serious. Actually, looks like that eye right there. Yeah, so she is Christ. So, you know, you always hear the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Well, and that they are the same, one and the same. Well, that's because, okay, so God, I guess, was like lonely or whatever, bored, lonely, and I don't know. This is where I can't wait to learn more. From what I've gathered, hello, Mark. From what I've gathered, God created Sophia. Sophia is an intelligence that creates life. She is the mother of creation. Yeah, so it's God's wife, basically. But at the same time, yeah, child at the same time. But then they had Jesus Christ, us, Jupiter and Sirius. Jupiter, Zeus and Sophia made children, made twins. So that's where it gets really interesting. Gets really, really interesting because, as I just uncovered today, the goddess Nemesis had two separate eggs that had two sets of twins with Zeus. So there's a lot there. Thank you for being here, Saved Your Slave. Have a good night. And yeah, the duality, do you think? So I know that we are the twins and that I believe we're being married with our higher selves right now. Different and separate and have their own personality and powers. I thought it was interesting when I read today the two separate sets of twins. So I don't know. I'm just like telling you as it comes. I don't understand that. That's something that I really want to look into though, right? But yeah, you guys sound like you know. And this is what I hope when I just vaguely mention this stuff to you. I'm hoping that you guys have the keys for me or that it triggers something in you and that we can all kind of, you know, get on the same page one day. And I think that will matter because the collective understanding of truth matters. Yeah, we have to reconnect. Thank you, applesauce. We have to. Yeah, I can't get over that though. Do you see this? Look at the chords. Yeah, we need each other to unlock each other, and we're getting there. We're getting there. But, you know, whether we're getting there or not, we've known as light workers and all of us that watch, like Mark, you've been watching this stuff. You know that this was leading up to something. I have a video called The Red Dawn, and it was a really interesting find that I had found not too long ago, and I just found a part 2. So I am going to get that together for you all, but it explains what's happening right now. And I don't find these things by accident, but do go and watch the first one. I suppose if you say the Fifth World, the Red Dawn, that will be, this should come up. But yeah, we definitely chose to be here at this time. Yeah, the planet's shifting, you know, but I've always preached as above, so below, and that Christ is coming, and that the Nemesis system is actually Christ. And that's what I'm learning today. Goddess Nemesis is the goddess of retribution, and I believe that she's real. I see her. I see the ships up there. I see the blue sun. I've taken so many pictures of it. I can't get it out there enough, you know. I'm shocked. I used to be shocked when this stuff didn't go viral, but I got used to it. And then I knew that they were going to keep hiding me and that they're not going to stop. And that that's supposed to stop me or discourage me. But I know a lot more people are watching than they're telling me. And I know that whoever's supposed to hear it will hear it. And I know that there's a whole bunch of us out there doing the same thing, trying to reach as many people as we can. But this is something new. This is something very, very new. Yeah, I like that, Michelle. Yeah, we're sleeper cells. Saved or slaved. I didn't file my taxes. They owe me money and I'm not gonna ask for it back. But a funny thing is, when I thought I had Lyme disease and I couldn't figure out what was going on, I applied for disability and I was approved after like a long time, a long, not very fun time, for a very low amount. And then they cut that in half. And anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Not at all. But, funny thing, they were supposed to give me some kind of back pay at some point, and they only gave me like half of it. Well, I get a call from my lawyer the other day saying that they want to send me this check that was lost. Well, he tracked it down. But you know, these things, good things are happening. That's a windfall that I wasn't expecting, you know. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be a part of the system at all. From what I understand, everybody's going to have basic income once the reset takes place. You know, and obviously, we'll all be working towards the best and highest good, and hopefully we won't really have or need money. But that's going to take everybody following universal law, and that's going to take some more purging from what I can see. Hi, Unimundi. So this is a really interesting thing, Unimundi, because, oh yeah, I'm glad you're here because I know you wouldn't see the post that I made earlier. It was hidden. Simulated coloring error that you talk about. Hang on. I found it interesting because as I was watching the news, like a news on YouTube, I just clicked on one to see. Hang on a second, guys. It definitely looks like the simulated coloring error that you talk about. So, you know, it was glitching out, but it turned green, which I found pretty interesting. And then in the next frame, it was doing that weirdness. So I didn't know, Unimundi. Yeah, it'll all work out, saved or slaved. I believe that everybody will get back what they've put out, you know, is what it comes down to, I think. Everybody will be more than taken care of, and yeah, everything is glitching. Even people. But that's because we're getting back to what's real. We're going from a magnetic matrix with artificial stimuli and everything else. We're going to a natural, advanced natural technology. Technology that we haven't been able to be exposed to, that we know is being used here at some levels and all of that. And we know, yeah, there's patents and this, that, and the other for blah, blah, blah. But hey, listen, we're going to technology that we can't even imagine. God's technology is still technology, but it's the most amazing, mind-blowing stuff that you can imagine. I'm seeing it. If you really, really look at the past 10 videos that I've done, you will see what I'm seeing. Do it on a big screen TV. You can see all the ship parts, and they look just like what I was showing you guys with the... Now, this was the moon tonight that I showed you all. Yeah, hold on. I didn't expect to go live or anything, so here with my weird setup again. But lots of interesting stuff going on. Now, I see things surrounding the moon, but you cannot see them in a regular photo due to the fact that these things are cloaked, and they're interdimensional, and they're cloaked in Han purple. So when these like UFO peeps are telling you that there's nothing to see and everything, like I heard John X Army saying, oh yeah, well you can't, there's nothing to see, blah blah blah. Like, it was kind of the narrative that I feel like he's being given sometimes. I just do, unless he just really thinks this way. But it was like, yeah, basically go back to sleep, people, you know, just go back to sleep. And the people that don't believe aren't going to see it. Not the way we do. Not the way we're starting to. Those awakened inside of Saturn's matrix can only see inside of Saturn's matrix. So that makes me wonder if some of the people that we listen to can't see this happening. They're not having the same experience that we are. They're not spiritually awakening. And that's the only reason that I can see for not finding higher truths by now. But yeah, she is silenced from what I can see. And I see very large entities. I don't know if they're her pets or her ships or just part of creation, or just like we have whales in our ocean. I don't know what it is that I'm seeing right outside of the firmament. And it's almost like they press on this stuff. So I can see where the sky is going to be rolled back like a scroll. I can see all this stuff. I think it will take place. But that doesn't mean it's the end, and then everybody either goes to heaven or hell. Like, this stuff's going to play out. It's going to play out over a period of time. And I've told you all before, I mean, you see all these little black specks and stuff, you know? Yeah, these things are interdimensional, but they're starting to show up. Yes, Kitten is so cool. So amazing. I have the best subscribers, and I really appreciate you guys. I really do. But yeah, hell is here. I am so there with you. And I'm not ever going to deny that we were trapped in here, and like, they were trying to hide the elephant in the room. Chemtrails were definitely in place to hide the elephant in the room, the literal elephant in the room. So I don't know, maybe she personifies herself really largely, or maybe she can change shapes. I don't know. I mean, but that's pretty big. From what I'm seeing, it's 8 foot tall, magnificent blue avians. Weird but true. That was the message. Strange but true. 8 foot tall, beautiful blue avians. Right in front of you. Yeah. So that's what I think I'm seeing here. That's what I believe that I'm showing. Whoever can see this. And I'll keep doing some investigation and work. See what else is out there. Yeah, actually, My Skies 5D helped me to see that, because I really thought there was a simulator for a while. And I see that a lot of people still really do. And I can understand that, but these people some of these people know for a fact that they're calling the mother of creation a sun simulator. They know it. They know that they're calling God. They know that they're slandering and blaspheming God. They know. And that is wicked. That is wicked. I'm not calling anyone out in particular. I'm just saying, like, in general. Well, there are a couple of channels in particular that need to stop, but maybe that's all they see in 3D. So I just pray that people keep seeking. If they don't think that something is setting right with them, I just pray that they keep seeking and digging And even with all the censorship, you will find truth. Comes from your heart. And gematria. I agree. They can't believe such a great thing would happen. It is. It's like a fairy tale. But from what I'm seeing, fairy tale and folklore are much more real than we ever knew. And Star Wars has nothing on her version. And it's just about to get really good. And I think people are afraid to believe because they might be heartbroken again. Amy, see, you're here for a reason. I heard your testimony and I was really glad I did. I've thought about it several times since then. And, yeah, sister. It's gonna get good for all of us that pushed through no matter what. I saw some cool messages, just about that, pushing through and choosing faith over fear, and how it does pay off and how that's not why we do it. We're just driven, compelled, and mythology and folklore are actually history. I love that, Tammy C. Yeah, you've mentioned Final Fantasy before. I know this isn't very deep, but like Fortnite, I've seen a lot of their imaging and stuff. I don't know, just the video game thing. If you guys are into video games, that's really not the folklore thing, but they've been showing some stuff with the anomalies. But it's all around us. All the clues are all around us. Thanks for hanging out with me. Pretty darn cool. So, again, I think very hard to see what I'm seeing here. Maybe since we're here, I'll show you a couple more before I go, so you can compare to what we're seeing inside that church and why I think and know that is an alien being from out of this world. In fact, I think that's what I heard Marfugal saying right before I was jumping on to do this. Some of us really believe there is a sun simulator because there is one, not because you're evil. I believe that Satan and his helpers are hiding the return of God with the simulator. No, I understand that. I didn't say you or the people. All right. Strawberry, I know you haven't agreed with me for a while, so I don't know that I ever said you were evil or that they were evil. I think that there's one channel in particular that's come up with all of these theories, and that is fucking evil, all right? Because that is what you consider a mind invader. They're fucking invading people's minds and causing people suffering and causing them to be in fear like you are right now, when I can tell you that that's not a simulator, because I've been there before and I've thought the same thing. No, that doesn't make me evil when I thought about it. That makes me, not as reluctant to trust somebody that I think is telling me the truth, somebody that tells me they're in a community that's all about seeking the truth. And if I didn't have time to stop everything I was doing, like I know nobody does, okay? So maybe not everybody has the same amount of time that I do to sit here and pore over lines in a gematria calculator to find the truth. So I would never say that somebody's evil because they haven't found some of the same truths that I have. So if that's how it came across, then I apologize. What I am saying is there's channels out there that know the truth, that are perpetuating the lies, and I'm not okay with that, and I think that's evil. Is that more clear? If you go back into my videos, you see where I talk about what I thought was the sun simulator, but then I found out that that was the star Sirius. I found out that that's what was the star Sirius, and I was like, okay, they're hiding God. Like, the thing is, once you realize the truth, once you see certain truths, then you freaking know who's lying. You know who's lying continually to people's faces, and you start to see what it does to people, and you start to see what their purposes are for doing it. And you start to see why they do have blood on their hands, and how we could all like really prevent so much suffering if we would get on the same page like we're talking about right here. Like Applesauce is saying, we could put a lot of suffering to an end for so many people, for so many individual families. Like, we each individually know that we're strong and kick ass, Strawberry, right? So we can get through this shit because you and I know that we're kick ass and we can get through it. But we wouldn't wish this shit on our biggest enemy. So, of course, we want like humanity to know as best as we can, as many as we can, as many as we can. But and I'm not telling you to not believe that. I'm just, yeah, let's like figure this out together. It interacts with the sun all day. It interacts with the photon portal. It interacts. There are objects that come in and out. The sun is a Lyrian star, and Sirius, the binary sun, is the spiritual black sun that comes around and it interacts. I try so hard to see how that works. And the reason I can say this outside of just things like gematria or anything is because for months and months and months, I spent all day and tons of camera footage using different techniques and trying to see exactly what you're saying right now. Like, how the hell is this working? Like, how would there actually be something like a simulator up there? Like, I'm not shaming anybody for believing it, or, I'm not saying that it's a stupid thing to believe. I'm pissed off at the people that are perpetuating the lies, because I can understand, but all it does is leave you in a state of confusion. And then the thing is, the sun is God. That is source. And so it's serving so many purposes. Yeah, and I mean, it just throws all the science out the window. Like, it's the same reason we're mad at NASA and all of that. NASA only gives us half the truths. Astrotheology is real. So these are living being gods. The Lyrian star means it's an actual soul of a god. And like, we just don't understand how realms and stuff work yet, but we will soon. But literally, it's like a realm, and they're outside of our circle of time. And it's just really, it gets weird and quantum-y and strange. And like, for instance, some of the archons that used to mess with us, I heard Magenta Pixie. She's a good one to listen to. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not like the science and this astronomy stuff that we're talking about, but she does touch on astrotheology and how things work quantumly and stuff. So she did mention that a while back, as we ascended, we started to appear to others. We started to appear to the archons or whoever it was that was like coming at us and latching on to our souls as a distant star. So somehow our being appears to these lower realms as a star. So that helped me to kind of put it into perspective a little bit. but I have a lot of hours of footage watching, like trying to see if it was actually doing a perfect spiral around the sun. But it's a living, sentient being. It's the Holy Spirit. From what I'm finding, that blue sun is actually the soul of the Holy Spirit somehow, or the ship of, or the, I don't know how it works. I'm definitely not saying that I know how it works. Well, yeah, I hear what you're saying, applesauce, but this is a pretty big point for me because, like she said, like I couldn't understand how would it just be hanging there from all different perspectives all day, every day. And then for a while, I thought, okay, well, there has to be, there has to be. No, I agree. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But I went through this process mentally, and I finally, like, then I continued to seek for truth. Like, I probably wouldn't have kept seeking for the truth that I'm finding now if I would have gotten hung up on the thought that NASA had a bunch of simulators. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Yeah, it kind of, yeah, it just like, it does something psychologically. It does something to us. And that's what makes me mad. They have psychologists working on us 24/7, as a collective and as light workers. And yeah, anything's possible. But I'm finding out that it's actually God technology, and that in a way it's a simulation. I don't know, like it's like the morning star is a sun. The morning star is Sirius. The morning star is a computer of sorts. It's God's technology. She's God's computer of some sort. We have a whole lot to uncover. But I think that I'm just asking everybody to not get, I'm not going to give credit to Satan for something that I know doesn't exist. Like, I know that Satan is just trying to keep people locked in Saturn Matrix, and that believing this stuff, these narratives actually will do that. That's what makes me upset. And like, I love my brothers and sisters, and it's hard for me to watch because Satan's lies are meant to kill the spirit. Yeah, see, that's something I should probably open my understanding to a little more, Leland, because I was just kind of in a different place with it, but now I'm just like relaxing a little bit and trying to understand. I know this goes deep, and I've seen how YouTube really messes with people's minds. Again, yeah, their minds get invaded too. You're right. Like just the way that the monetary system works and all of it. All of it. Yeah, God's in control. God came into control a while back. I guess I can't expect anybody to just like take what I'm saying and believe it as facts. You know what I mean? Um, but I did mention a while back that God was here and took control of the skies, and it was when the skies opened up and became vast. And it could be an individual ascension thing, because I'm hearing that many people saw the red, dusty skies well before I did. And then I see other people just now noticing them for the first time, like months after I've seen them for months. And that's actually changed for me. I don't see that anymore. But other people are just now starting to see that. So it's very interesting. Yeah, I think we're all confused. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not confused. But I'm not going to give Satan any more credit. Satan's hiding right now. Satan's not out running shit right now. I promise. And I might not do a good enough job of like portraying that, and we all don't oh yeah, definitely critical thinker. I mean, almost to the point where it makes me want to back off, because not back off, like that's obviously what they want, but it's almost diluting the situation. Yeah, of course we're all a little wrong, and there's so much more to be. And I just saw that message today. Nobody has it right. Not one single person has it right. And I don't want the monopoly on truth. I really don't. But I can tell you that I'm definitely on the right track with the mother of creation being back to arrive and to help guide her children back into a dimension where we're sovereign and free. That is the truth. That I want you to hear me and listen to me and help me to uncover the rest, you know. And it really doesn't all matter. But that is a big deal, and that is what's important to me. That's my main message. That's the Masonic agenda, yeah, clearly, because that's the occult. The occult takes everything holy and makes us scared of it and uses our power against us. So we're going to take us back. So yes, you are correct about that. Yes, the crystalline DNA transformation is the most amazing alchemy. And you can see with beings like this, anything's possible. The Jesus Christ transfiguration was alien technology. So I guess that's kind of where I'm trying to go with like the simulators and the sun and stuff. It's alien. It is. Could be technology for sure, but I'm not going to give credit to, I'm sorry to keep going on about it, but I've just, yeah, exactly. The secrets are coming out. The apocalypse. Really, I should read some of the messages I'm getting. Here, let's look at her one last time. Pretty crazy, right? So cool. Like, I can do it in a different way, I'm sure. And kind of see some details a little bit better. Yeah, that's totally the chick from The Fifth Element. Oh, wow. I apologize. You're looking at my comforter. So funny. Okay, so words to explain that I've put down here. Here's a good one that I was trying to say. Just imagine all of the suffering we could alleviate if we dared to face this issue together. So that's just what we're all saying here, isn't it? And like for the collective, for the other people waking up now, we could really alleviate suffering if we could just, yeah, focus on what's important, right? I know, I'm totally going to watch The Fifth Element in the next couple days. It's one of my favorite movies. Trust your heart and trust Mother Earth. She will guide us and help if we need her. Wake up, wake up. They lie to us about everything. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hi, Jack, streaming. Hi, Matrix, multipass. Satan is a traitor to everyone, including those he has deceived into worshiping him. Ooh, whoops. Souls are getting erased out of creation. Oh, they should be worried because all of their souls are getting erased out of creation. So when I read stuff like that, oh, interesting, Crispy. I like that. When I read things like that, it gets me a little hyped up to like want people to just, it would be so easy to say, okay, this is the Holy Spirit. It would be really easy and it would alleviate suffering, okay? It would give hope. It would change a lot of things for a lot of people. And there are people that know that this is the Holy Spirit. Some of them are coming out and saying that because they know that it is important to their salvation, really. So I am guided to speak on this stuff because I get the messages, I have a responsibility. So not everybody understands it, but it's not meant to be mean or bullying or like I have some kind of power or charge. It's purely a responsibility to relay a message. Jesus never said, worship me. He said, follow his way. The manifestation of heaven on earth from dark to light. Strange but true, amazing 8-foot, highly advanced, blue avian aliens. Truly amazing. And Aurora, Dolly Daydream and I figured out that the Aurora Borealis, which you see up in the North Pole, that is what's cloaking these things. The green and purple that we're seeing, that's in the wings of her winged disc with all the orbs that we're seeing, all the spheres. That's all cloaked in the Aurora Borealis. And we were just talking about what stars truly are. And that was another thing that we've had spoken about before, is how a third of the stars are here now, cloaked in that Aurora Borealis. And so I got this message today and I thought it was cool. Aurora, the stars, the stars, the stars. So that explains that. And this is how I get my confirmations. I just had that message today and if you look at how these things are spelled, these are messages directly from God, from Sophia. Not all of them in the calculator are, but the ones that speak to my heart, a lot of them are. And Jupiter ascending and the harvesting of humans. I got that because we've been talking about that on the Dolly Daydream channel. And it was exactly what one of her subs had said. Oh, see, these are perfect. These are I can't believe how much I've integrated some of these messages. I need to give myself a little more credit because I just wrote these down yesterday and today, this weekend. And how perfect is that? This is why I say this is inspired, because it's covering what we were just talking about. And this is how I'm able to confirm, and then through all of you as well. But I stay hidden to humanity because they are ignorant to the truth. And by telling somebody that she is a sun simulator, it keeps them ignorant to the truth. So please, please, please don't be offended by my tone, or like, if you thought that I was saying that if you believe that you're evil, please know that I wasn't, and I'm mortified and I'm sorry because I love you. That is why I'm crazy about it. That is why. That is why. Sorcery is the manipulation of people in the subconscious mind. Yeah, I just lost some people, so I'm really not trying to upset anybody. I know it's a lot. It is, you know. It's a lot. It's okay. It's okay. The Earth is hollow, but so are the other planets. I mean, we're seeing that. The apocalypse is the disclosure of truth and the end of duality. Satan is trying to tell me I don't deserve anything. Oh, that was a personal message for me. Yeah. I'm not trying to be right or prove anyone wrong. I'm not trying to piss anyone off. But I also can't keep apologizing for wanting to tell the truth at whatever cost. Like, believe it or not, I might not have a traditional job as this or whatever. You believe that YouTube turned me down for monetization after a long deliberation with their team. So that's whatever. But, you know, I never went in thinking that that would even be a possibility. So it's hilarious. Like, I still work hard anyway to get this stuff out and to get the message across. And that's because that's the message that she wants you to have. Yeah, I never, yeah. Mm-mm. Oh, well, let's see. I'll give you a few more codes and then I probably pissed enough people off today. Oh, I have no idea why, Michelle. No idea. I'll send you the letter. I'll forward you the letter. Yeah, it was just recently. Okay, this is for people that are undergoing the change, the DNA transformation, the crystalline DNA transformation. I've been able to get a lot of confirmations from what I've learned on T. Taylor's information and channel, and from what I had to figure out on my own. It's been really nice to get many of these confirmations. And now these aren't other people typing these things in. These are literally, I 100% believe, put in by the entity that is Christ. So these are the Akashic records, and at the same time, there is a higher entity that is Christos Sophios, Sophia, and I believe that and so whether we gave ourselves these messages from the future, you know, that's another possibility. And however it works, it is nice to see these messages and get the confirmations. Because even though I wanted to believe the best, there were times that this stuff was so intense and heavy that, and all the fear narratives out there, I was just sure that it was all not okay at all. So it's really nice to, now that I've gotten, even though I got through most of it, I do want to alleviate suffering in somebody else, because it is mental torture to be in fear day in, day out. So these are just some insights that I got that spoke to me, and a lot of them have to do with, well, rewriting, and we're to write down our dreams and aspirations and how the future looks. Start to write it. We are literally writing the end of the book before the light comes. So writing is important. Writing with intention is very important. Just as words and speaking and thoughts are, as we know, now we need to actually transfer these things and put them on paper. Reconciliation of spirit and matter. So I know that that is definitely what I have been experiencing. And I also believe that's heaven coming to earth, is a reconciliation. Satan's curse is bound at 33. So I wasn't quite sure what that meant, but it spoke to me. Austin Lee Meredith, God's baby angel of holy love. Yes, Amy. Words vibrate reality is one message that I have gotten. Austin Lee Meredith represents a lot of people that are undergoing this. I'm not sure that it represents everybody that's going through everything, but it definitely represents a good majority of us and the experiences that we are having as, you know, Christ's army down here, all the light workers and all of us. I chose God over myself and I became him. Carbon-fueled life forms despise love. I am not a separation of the Father or the Son, nor am I the joining. Nice. You guys are awesome. Yeah, blood types really do matter, Jordan. I believe that. But I mean, yes, Divine Mother Creator. Absolutely. Hi, True Helper. I'm going to jump on and show you guys what I was showing everybody else because it's really interesting. Get through these last couple things. Now, I look forward to this one, right? 2016 Game Over. I definitely noticed in 2016. That's what I was saying. I said literally, it's game over for someone. And I had a feeling it was Satan, but I didn't understand how it was all working. I just knew that the doctors wouldn't help me and things were really weird. So, still yet to be seen what all of that meant, but I knew. So when I saw that the other day, I was like, yep, it was definitely game. And I've seen that several times. 2016 Game Over. Renew the original skin. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. Renew the original skin, eyes, beauty, and DNA. Crystal gene activated. Healthy body, healthy brain, and healthy mind. You are source energy. Fair enough. Fair enough. But the Holy Mother is not evil either. So I personally think I'm going to stick with serving the Holy Spirit. What's your argument with that, if you don't mind me asking? Since you think I'm stuck in the Matrix. Anyway, side convo. Okay, Austin is ascending. Thank you, Tammy. Satan had a mom. Absolutely. Why do some guys hate their moms so much? Sounds like, you know, something that you just need to work through. Austin is ascending. Oh, you are source energy. So that's something. I will never hate my mom. Good. That is something I woke up understanding, was the avatar thing. I woke up one morning recently when we had like the Schumann's resonance going really intensely a few weeks back. I woke up from dreams that were really intense that I couldn't remember, and just wow. I just understood in such a big way that I still can't put into words, obviously. I'm also AB positive. My mother is O, which makes me RH negative. That, yeah, we're source energy and we're here. It's not necessarily a game. How would you explain that? Zeus. And why do you call yourself Zeus? That's what I need to know. Because heaven coming to earth, that is Zeus's domain. So Zeus isn't really down with Satan, I don't think, from what I can see. The astrotheology definitely gets very interesting. And it's definitely more than just a story. It's definitely Star Wars up in here. Your mom is like an elephant. Crispy, in what way? Yes, we are all part of God. And God is part of everything. Ah, then cure yourself. This takes a long time. Yeah, there's a lot here, so I probably won't keep going too long unless you guys are super, like, you guys are awesome for hanging out. Let's see. My ions will purify my mind. That for sure is happening. And see, like we were saying earlier, why would we go through all of this molecular change just to be blown up? Like, we all know that the only thing ending is Satan's reign here on earth. So that's what I'm learning, unless those are the two paths for mankind. One serving Satan for Satan's matrix, Saturn matrix, which I don't want to stay in Saturn matrix. I want to be in the free, sovereign human matrix. If to be human, you have to live in a matrix in order to project your vibrations properly, then yes, Strawberry, we can heal ourselves with our minds. I believe that. Like, I, use supplements and everything else, but I definitely think that it was my mind and finding truth and truth seeking that brought me the most healing. Yeah, so true. But yeah, so when this is over, my body will finally have all of its original density to it, rightful density to it. So that helps put into perspective. And then cure yourself. This takes a long time. And that is true. I've seen other messages that speak about 2 years for the angel of light transformation to take place, which is what I believe I'm undergoing. I believe that all of us are, everybody. It's also connected with Q. Q, the journey of a man into an angel of light, or the transformation of a man into an angel of light. So that's pretty interesting. And Q is like our future selves leaving us messages. So it's all interconnected and all very interesting. How could Satan spread knowledge without telling the truth? I agree that the truth is very important. And I do see something with the gods about lying, but I don't know who lied to who about what. I'm not clear on that. But he's the father of lies. The whole issue right now that I have internally is all of the fabricated lies that are causing people suffering and pain. And what, just because they're stupid or like they're unable to stop working 24/7 to feed their families long enough to look at what truth might be? Like, it's not their fault. Satan will try to blame it on mankind for being stupid. Yes, they are. I completely agree. And like, I'm hoping that it all comes out and that's the case. But there is a darkness on this earth that isn't going to stick around. my work is leading me to name it as Satan many times. Because of the entire Lucifer Satan thing, and because of the fact that Satan lied about the Holy Spirit's entire being. So that's where I think the problem lies, is, no pun, lies. Oh no, that's just twisted. I mean, I hear what you're saying, like that's one way to put it. I don't see it that way. I don't see yeah, I don't see it that way. So, but this here, I don't know, I'll have to get back to you on that, because I can't really explain myself right now. Is what it is. True that. It is what it is. I just, I'm not trying to, hi, Dolly. Good night, Michelle. True helper, halos above people's heads. Yeah, we're starting to illuminate many people that have been going through the process for several years, such as Tony Taylor. No, you're not nuts. If you look back at artwork from the 1300s, you will see that the enlightened people are depicted, like a lot of Jesus and his followers, and that, yeah, it's very, very clear. You can see them glowing. And now you see people like Tony Taylor, and Dolly Daydream gets on a lot. I wish I would show my face more. Good morning, Dolly. It's good evening over here. Fuck church. All right, I hear you. Anyway, maybe we'll get to finish that conversation another time. I appreciate your input, Zeus. But yeah, and people like Tony Taylor are literally shining. And I think I'm starting to illuminate a bit. People would think I'm crazy for saying that. I don't really go around and say things like that. So, Big G is us. Interesting. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, truly, I do think that people are starting to illuminate more and more. There's no doubt about it. Interesting. Thank you for that. Yes, you should see my friend Tony Taylor's work. I talk about it all the time. We're not trapped. I'm out. Like you told me, I think you were calling me a monkey the other day because you believe that people that are, it has something to do with the DNA thing, right? So, hell is above my head. No, I don't think so. Oh, I see something totally different. Well, back to the 666. Well, yeah, no, I get that, and I do like your reverse speech. Zeus has a channel where he does reverse speech. I was unclear on the fact that he hails Satan, but I guess that's what the blood over intent is. So I do follow him. I do follow his channel. And I probably invited him to be here at some level. And I'm just intrigued, honestly. I'm trying to understand the whole thing because I'm in gematria every day and because I understand what righteousness is. And I'm on the side of righteousness, and there's nobody that can tell me that the mother of creation is somehow not on the side of righteousness and that Satan is. So I did just want to see what exactly the point was, but you know, I don't know, like, and at the same time, I want to know how much the name thing holds weight in not just our salvation, but in the whole scheme of things, in the big picture. And for some reason, I think that the words are everything. When I'm being told to write them, when we're being told to speak them, and no, yeah, exactly. I'm right there with you. You know, I'm right there with you, Dolly. And there was a few things I wanted to say to you, Dolly, while I have you here. I even wrote them down, but now on what notepad, right? Because I have like 10 of them. Shit. Oh well, I was probably fired up about something and I'm probably over it. Yes, Michelle, you and your awesome dreams, and you also have some amazing codes that I put into the Gematria calculator that have given me some of these codes back that just blew my mind. You guys are awesome. How are you doing, Dolly? What's new? What is the meaning of life, Brian? I've seen several meanings. I've mentioned them on my past videos, at least according to what I saw in here. Yeah, we definitely need to talk. Ooh, drink plasma and you'll forget your pain. Interesting. Dolly, have you seen what I'm showing? You haven't. Oh my god. Dolly, look. Oh my god. Okay. All right, so you know about the Paris fire. You know about the fire at the Notre Dame in Paris, which I've been there. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, and I was telling you guys earlier, look at the Guadalupe, the Lady of Guadalupe cloak. That was on display here, like right over here when I was there. Literally right there, like by that organ thing or something. Yeah, no kidding. And that cloak is amazing. The pupils of her eye painted on have a reflection of the whole entire city and all its people in it. That's how amazing this is. And that's what I was going to say about the work of Da Vinci. Da Vinci, if you look at his work mirrored with just Jesus Christ and the Last Supper mirrored, you will see some of the most amazing holographic imagery you've ever seen. It's just wild. So, okay, Dolly, you ready? All right, so I was looking at this, and this is like the inside after the fire was put out, and I'm like, that looks like the interdimensional clouds that I'm used to seeing, and it's blue, right? So I was like, I'm going to put some contrast on it. Fast forward a couple hours. Sure enough, look at this. Now it's going to take me a minute to get it back to where you can see what I'm seeing. It's the chick from The Fifth Element. It's the lady. No, wait until you see this, Dolly. It's literally the lady from The Fifth Element. You guys, sometimes I go back in and my pictures are so much harder to see. So much harder to see than they were before, but hang on. Do you see all that interdimensional stuff right there? It's the same stuff that I have in my pictures when I'm editing. I don't know. Yeah, well, it's an alien, Dolly. It's a literal alien in the cloud. Too bad I can't get it to show up the way it was before. Oh, why isn't it showing up so well? A ghost of the Pope. Yeah, so it has all of those. You know how in my pictures you can see strings of orbs? They look like strings of pearls, and I always talk about that. It has strings of pearls and cords all over it. I think that's Sophia or one of her helpers. They're talking about this picture on TV. See, Dolly, it is definitely. Yeah, it probably is part of the Luciferian teachings. The Luciferians, oops, sorry. Yeah, Luciferians actually, the occult, they worship the true God and then try to hide it from the people. So basically, Luciferians are worshiping the Holy Spirit, the Divine Mother, and that's who I believe is here now. Many people will try to scare you into believing that she is somebody else and that she is evil or that that these are fallen angels, but everybody will know. Bye, kitten. Thank you, sweetheart. Everybody will know that this is God. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, I don't know if you can quite see this. Let me try to show you a couple more, Dolly, because at the beginning of the stream it was showing up a little better. I don't know if the lighting was a little different. Not sure if I was sitting in a different position, but yeah, it's just incredible. I was really shocked. I didn't quite expect to see what I'm seeing here. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe because yeah, that's why. Here, maybe that's better. Duh. Do you see that? Check her out. Transdimensional artifacts? Maybe. Very possibly. I think it's an 8-foot tall, magnificent blue avian alien. Possibly the Mother of God. I know, doesn't seem possible. Definitely one of her helpers. Yeah, and it's the blue. See, I was showing that this is the same blue that I'm getting while editing my pictures. This was last night at the grocery store. There's one of my little, that is the flying serpent guardian angel that I have right there. That's inside of an orb. Wild stuff. So it's the same blue that I'm getting every time I edit the clouds. And it's the same exact shapes in the clouds. It's almost like Anunnaki type shapes. And from what I'm understanding, the Anunnaki are Christ. They are the Elohim. They are the Elohim. So it's the same kind of stuff that you see in, yeah, Egyptian art. It's kind of got an Anunnaki look, but they look a little more advanced almost even. I mean, it has been a while since they were here. So Dolly did one not too long ago, and I featured her, that showed two aliens coming to the Trump rally. And I 100% think that she was correct about that. And I think that's what's going on here. I think we're starting to see alien beings, but the news is keeping stuff so hidden from us. Not just the news. Everywhere. Everyone. You see that though? The like wires coming out, or they're beautiful. So I'm going to do some more work on these pictures, but if you look down there, you can see all of that blue, the blue mist with interdimensional objects inside. It's crazy. So I need to look at a picture of what that altar looks like normally. Blood type does make a difference in some ways, but then in other ways, it's like we're all going through the ascension no matter what. So it might just be in the ways that we process the DNA transformation. It might just be in the ways that we need to transform and transmute. We'll know more soon, but everybody is ascending in this ascension. Nobody can escape the photonic light coming in and changing our chemical makeup and alchemizing our body. That's why everybody's finally waking up. Yeah, so that thing's pretty cool. Ah. Lots of interesting stuff going on. So this is not typical results, you know. This is insane amounts of plasma. This is after dark. It was raining. I keep getting information about purple rain. High roots, purple rain event horizon. So it was raining last night, and it hasn't really rained much over where I'm at. And yeah, the only thing that's happening is that Satan is being removed from this realm. So that is all that's taking place. That's the only reason that God is here as well. And, you know, because we're all going to live together again. And God is going to rule with us going forward. Christos, Sophia, she's here. She's already here. That's what this is all about. She is an entity outside of us as well as inside of us in our kundalini, the alchemical process that's happening with our DNA and the photonic light. From magnetic Saturn to electric Jupiter, we are becoming the creators we were meant to be, to rule with God as our sun. So Sirius as our sun for the next 1,000 years is what I'm assuming, you know, the purely astrotheology part of it is. And yeah, so there was an unidentified, oh, there's the full picture. And you can see that there's objects there, you know, and I was able to pull those out. And they look just like the same things that are in the clouds. And I truly, truly was surprised. Exactly, Dolly. As above, so below, as within, so without. I think it was before you came, I was talking about Aurora Borealis and how you helps me to put those keys together. So I was talking about that again right before you got here. But yeah, there's another visible to everybody, not just interdimensional. There was a physical UFO there for a while. I just broke my screen. That irritates me. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, Jack's dreaming, right? Never felt better. I can say the same. I've felt really, really good lately. Besides being tired and like all of that. A Z on their forehead? No, I don't know. Maybe I do. It might be a Z. I know I got something going on up there. Well, hopefully I showed you what I am seeing here. Maybe got a few more tidbits of what I'm trying to get across here. Yeah, an M on the palms. Definitely have that. Oh, and the X on the palm. Apparently that's really rare too. But yeah, there she is. Cute, beautiful, amazing 8-foot blue avian alien. I'll work on getting better images for you guys. Meanwhile, if you have to see it for yourself, check Evolutionary Energy Arts channel. And I really appreciate you all hanging out with me this long. This is really cool. It's really late here. All right, now that I feel like this week already started. I feel like this week I really am going to be able to catch up with a few of you. Yes, there are definitely ships all around us, all above us, and they're interdimensional and cloaked. And they shine in colors that we don't see quite yet, but that we're starting to see. They're totally benevolent and full of beautiful beings like this one. Hey, Michelle, that would be a cool video, right? Ghost ships. Yeah, in a way, they are ghost ships. What I'm finding out is that it's just that they are ether, and that heaven is ether, and it's just not what we thought, and that we're down here in Saturn matrix, and matter is magnetic. So we're getting our light body back, and we're getting our advanced natural technology coming back in. So things are going to be much better going forward. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, but this is all for the best and the highest good. And the only thing that's taking place is that Satan is being removed from controlling this realm. All of the strongholds that Satan had in place are being removed. Okay, Dr. Song, please do. I feel you. It is important. It really is. But you know, I don't know. We'll just keep seeing. We'll keep seeing what comes our way and what's next. And I think that it's going to be nothing but joy and miracles at this point, and relief and retribution. This goddess, oh, Dolly, I don't even think you heard this part. So I'm finding a lot about Goddess Haley and Haley's Comet, and she was from the UK or something. So I don't know if that has anything to do with Princess Di possibly or what. But anyway, separately, please look up Goddess Nemesis. I've been saying this whole time that the Nemesis system is Christ returning, and Planet X is God. And I've had it confirmed for me over and over and over and over. But today I got a message that mentioned Goddess Nemesis, and I'd never seen it put that way. I thought maybe it was this Red Kachina or King David. I wasn't quite sure. I was still trying to figure that one out, right? And it said, Goddess Nemesis in mythology. Just look her up. That's her. That's Sophia, Queen of Retribution. I mean, you're just gonna love it. I love it. All the truth is coming out. All the truth is out. We're just catching up with it. Literally, this woman was crucified. This queen was crucified. Like Zeus, like dipped out. I don't really know how it all happened. We're finding out. So I'm gonna not comment anymore on how the story played out because I already know enough. I know so much right now that I'm trying to just understand and integrate on my own. Yeah, Queen Inanna was the one that was crucified. Christos, Sophia is Christ, and we are also Christ as a part of God. But she is the God in heaven. Sophia is the God in heaven, and I'm literally seeing her return. And the reason that I can see her is because I believe. The people that don't believe apparently aren't going to see. So, it's pretty interesting. Okay, cool, Dolly. Let me show this one last time, and then I'm going to go get some rest so that maybe I'll see you all in the morning. Yeah, pretty incredible though, huh? Well, hopefully I got it across that what I think. I certainly don't think that this was a typical false flag operation. Yeah, definitely. This is always the right place to be. Yeah, I 100% believe that this is the Mother of God. This is Sophia. Sophia coming for retribution. Queen Inanna, she's pissed off that they made up all that bullshit about the man being crucified and all of that. That's not what happened. That's not how it happened. She wants us to have the truth, and she wants us to have sovereignty. Point blank, period. And this is how it's going to happen in our lifetimes. Get ready, believe it, open your minds and hearts and eyes. Much love.